This is the 2026 Toyota Camry LE, and this is the second year of the 9th generation Camry, in which one of the changes for this generation is it is now exclusively a hybrid, whereas prior generations, including the previous generation, you had, in addition to the option of a hybrid, a standard gas 4-cylinder and a V6. The gas 4-cylinder standalone and a V6 are now gone. So now you just have the hybrid. Anyway, let's start up front. We now have the hammerhead design language for the front. We now have the Toyota badge moved up as compared to the previous generation. And we do have the grille mostly usable down here and some nostrils here. I believe here is where the radar is for the Safety Sense 3.0. We do have some arrow here. And if you park this alongside a previous generation Camry, you will notice they look very alike. Mostly from the side, where I think this really resembles the previous generation Camry the most. Where you can see this line starts here and goes all the way. What would stop here, somewhere along here in the previous generation, but here it goes all the way there. This also uses the same front doors as the previous generation, but here it doesn't go like this or something like that. It goes to a point. We also, being that this is a base trim, being the LE, it has alloys. These are 205 65 R16 tires, and instead of the steelies we had on the previous generation LE hybrid, these are now alloys, which I think are good for weight savings. Now up here, we do have the same mirrors that we did on the previous generation Camry, but we now have integrated turn signals. I believe that's standard. What I know is standard is the blind spot monitoring. Now moving back, we get slimmer taillights. The turn signal and reverse light would be LED on the XLE and XSE, but the brake light is actually LED on all trims. Of course, we get Camry spelled out across the deck lid. We get the LE badging here. Then we get this Beyond Zero badge here. I don't know why they're doing this, because it's a hybrid across the board. I know they used to have a blue halo badge where the Toyota logo is for all the hybrids. They're not doing that anymore, instead of doing this. Now let's go under the hood. Under the hood we get a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder hybrid, putting out 225 horsepower, in this example with front wheel drive. And this example is a front wheel drive model. So the front wheel drive model would have 2 electric motors in this area, somewhere around here. And if you get the all-wheel drive model, you'd get a 3rd electric motor on the rear axle. So power outputs for the front wheel drive models are 225 horsepower and an unknown combined amount of torque. Whereas all-wheel drive models make a combined 232 combined horsepower and, again, an unknown amount of torque. Regardless of drive type, you will still get a planetary gear set, or to put it in layman's terms, an eCVT. Also forgot to mention the hood is held up by a prop rod and is made of steel. Don't know why I did that. Stepping on the inside, You can pause and see the parts content here because that is not on the window sticker. We do get powered seats on this model as part of the convenience package, even though if you get no option whatsoever, they'd be manual seats. So let's hop on in. We do get a small digital gauge cluster you may see here. This will house things like the power meter as well as the speedometer. Off to the sides here you will see things like engine temperature as well as fuel. I may have gotten those mixed up, but they're there either way. And also part of the convenience package is this auto rear view mirror with home link. Now, looking at the steering wheel, we do have controls for this display. Back button, hang up or pick up a phone call, volume controls down here, and then press this to make a voice command. Then mode like AM, FM to go through all your presets. Then this is all your cruise control and ADAS stuff. Like I mentioned, this has Safety Sense 3.0. And then these are all one-touch automatic, one-touch up-down windows. And then we have our mirror controls here. Then we have, if you look at this, this has a interesting finish. We have controls for auto high beam, traction control off. I think this is a gauge dimmer. Then pop open the trunk and fuel door. We have our automatic high beam control, automatic headlight controls here, turn signals, and then wiper controls over here. Variable intermittent speed, of course. And then over here, we have our dual zone automatic climate control, controlled by these instead of knobs. This is not the first car I've seen with that. Of course, auto button there. That's for the climate control, not the heated seats, which heated seats are part of the cold weather package. And this does have a leather wrapped heated steering wheel. So that's all good there. And we still have that same knurled finish here. So that's interesting. We have a wireless phone charging pad down here. And of course, a USB-A with 2 USB-Cs. That's a good place to put stuff in. Like a good amount of space there, along with 2 cup holders. The shifter for that planetary gear set, or eCVT I should say. Drive modes are Eco, Normal, and Sport, and then brake hold and EV mode, which you're only going to use if you're in a parking lot. Then electronic parking brake there. Then this screen here is an 8-inch touchscreen with wireless Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. If you get an SE trim, this screen will be standard, but you can option on a 12.3-inch screen that will run the same software as this. Though if you get an XLE or an XSE, the 12.3-inch screen will be standard. Now opening this up, you get a 12-volt power outlet, and in here you get a slot-style glove box that is damped, but it's not lined with felt. And we do have some piano black connecting the screen with that air vent over there. In terms of storage, we do have some small item storage here. We could put a cup here or a bottle. That's about it, really. And stepping on into the rear seat, we do have 2 map pockets, surprisingly. Rear AC vents, of course. We have 2 USB-C ports back here as well. And, of course, a fold-down armrest with 2 cup holders. And an area to store a bottle, of course. I forgot to mention that this does have a glasses holder, or a sunglass holder, whatever you want to call it. And of course, to open the trunk, you can either press this button here, press the button on the inside, or use the button on the key fob. Inside here, we actually have pull tabs to lower the rear seats. And under all this, we see that there is a spare tire under this foam thing with all the equipment. Anyway, if you found this helpful, then please make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you next time.